All right, so this is my first ever video on this channel. Um, I'm gonna talk about investing, no BS. I've been doing this for over 10 years, been learning about it for 12, read a lot of books on the subject, ran the investment club at my college, invest personally for myself, and somewhat for others as well. And yeah, the topic of this video uh, is about can you really make money in the stock market? Um, I think it's an important topic because I remember about 10, 12 years ago when I first started getting into investing, um, it almost seemed a little bit too good to be true. It seems we're primed to think that you can't really get money for nothing in this world, that you can't, um, that you have to work and somehow um, work hard to earn, and the harder you work, the more you earn. And so it just seems incongruous, right? It seems wrong that you should be able to make money just by putting in the stock market without having to, um, or in any other investment vehicle, be it real estate, crypto, whatever we talk about. But you can make money investing, and it is legitimate, which is an unusual thing. Compound interest is a very interesting phenomenon, and investing is legitimate. In general, not in any specific case necessarily, but in general, investing is something that a huge number of people do. And if you do it reasonably well, you can make quite a bit of money. But there is a catch. And if it seems too good to be true, this may satisfy you as to know what the catch is. The catch is that beginners, while they want to make money in the stock market, while they may not be sure about if they really can make money in the stock market, the thing that they don't know is how difficult making money in the stock market is, and how that difficulty changes with how well you want, just how well you want to do, how well you hope to do. And the answer is how well you want to do is going to change the difficulty a lot. So to do average, which is generally quite good, is relatively easy, at least for the time being. There are certain vehicles that maybe I'll get into in another video that are very commonplace, kind of the easy way of investing. So there's sort of an easy way and a hard way. Easy way is you just do average. The hard way of investing is really hard. To do consistently better than average, even by a little bit, is on the border of almost impossible to do a lot better. Even doing a little better, if you were to beat the market by about 2% a year, you would be, in my view, one of a handful of the top investors in the entire world. You would be in the league with some legendary investors. So that's a very important thing to know if you're starting out, because most people, when they start, they don't know how difficult it's going to be. And the answer is it's easy to do average if you can tolerate the patience, if you can see your positions going up and down in the short run and keep a long-term mindset. Relatively easy to do average. Very hard, somewhat hard to have that right mindset, but very hard to do much better than average. In my personal opinion, I do try to do better than average, but in my personal opinion, you really shouldn't be trying to do better than average if it's not what you want to do for your career, or if you don't seriously think it might be what you want to do for your career. It just takes a lot of time, and it's a very competitive market in the stock market specifically. Other markets are also very competitive. If you think it might be relatively easy, in my experience, that's not something people say out loud, right? If people think the stock market is so hard it's impossible to make money, they'll share that view. But if people think it's, kind of easy and maybe I'm smart, I can do it, they tend to keep that to themselves. But I think in my experience, a lot of people think both of those things. And I think most people probably think both of them at some time, each person, when they're beginning investing, believes both those things at different times. And they are not true. Truth is extremely hard, but possible to do better than average. And it is pretty easy if you can be patient to do average. That is the case. There's a lot of temptation to try to do better than average. And that in itself really is the catch. I try to do better than average because, well, the big reason is because this is what I want to do with my life. So even if, and I think that's a trait of great investors as well. I mean, I don't know if I'll be a great investor, but I think a trait that great investors have is they really have an interest in investing. They find this fascinating. They would be interested in it and fascinated by it, even if there was no money to be made in it, which sounds crazy, but I can tell you that's true for me. I find it incredibly interesting. It's not just about the money. If it's just about the money for you and you just want to put your money to work somewhere, that's great that you want to do that. I think it's a good thing to do. Most people should invest, and it's really hard in this day and age to retire successfully, if that's your goal, or to do well financially without investing. So most people do need to invest, but it's difficult to do better than average. All right, thank you.